So 2 teams. Each team is probably about 15 players. Only six players on the ice at once from each team. There's a goalie and then 5 outfield players. Normally it goes, you have 2 defensemen and then 3 forwards. And instead of football where you have your defenders, your midfielders, your attackers, is kind of everyone attacks as a 5-man unit and defends as a 5-man unit. And there's all kinds of rules, like in all sports, like with offsides, and the aim is to get the puck in the net and score a goal, and you get more goals than the other team, you win.
I first became interested in ice hockey. My granddad was Canadian and he came over to be a player just before the war. He stayed, played 1,000 games in Wembley, and then my dad played in Streatham, and I've ended up as the coach of Streatham.
You've just been on the bus taking shakes. Ice hockey is different from other sports, mainly because you have to wear skates, so you have to learn how to skate before you can play the game. So most other sports you can just turn up and play. With ice hockey, you actually have to learn a skill first before you can actually play the game, so it makes it more selective and more exclusive. So that's I think one of the main reasons why it's great to play is just because it's so quick. It can be quite dangerous at times as well. So it's just a really interesting and fun sport to play.
I was following them from early 90s and stuff, and it was always exciting to watch. But I know before then, looking at pictures, the fan base used to be huge. The rink used to be amazing, but they had to, money wise, I think they had to kind of knock everything down, and it's a shame really, because it lost a lot of the spark that the old rink had, and it just turned it into an old battered up building which got knocked down last year. So what can we do?
Hockey is different in that it's the fastest sport in the world, but it's an actual total team sport. If one player has a bad day, the whole of that line doesn't function, so all 5 players on the ice have to be at their best at all times. Otherwise, no matter how good the rest of the team are playing, it's a unit, and that unit has to play like that all the time.
I came here first time last year. It's probably 14 months ago, and I had agent, and he recommended me this one. And when I came here, I never ever speak English. When I was in the school, I learned just German language, So the first time was really hard, and I lived with a family first time, and they teach me English and stuff like that, and how to live in England, and the rules and something like that. So it was not really easy, but life is not easy.
I find personally team bonding is really important, and it's really important to meet the boys at the pub, or go for something to eat outside of hockey. It's always it's nice to keep team bonding, because then when it comes to games, you're not just a bunch of strangers. You're like mates. You've got something to talk about, you know. So.
Especially playing at Streatham, we've always had a strong bond. A lot of us grew up together, so we've always spent a lot of time, especially during the summer and out when it's during the off season. We go out a lot, have a lot of barbecues, have a lot of nights out together, having a few drinks and stuff like that. We go away abroad. We've been abroad a few times. Been to France, Czech Republic, Finland, anywhere really, Canada. Been everywhere. We have a really good time, and a lot, like I said, a lot of the guys we've grown up with, and you know, they're like lifelong friends, really. A lot of them. So.
Mainly because the infrastructure's there. The infrastructure's there for them to play the game. There's more ice rinks. There's more facilities. The equipment's cheaper as well. Whereas here, it's the equipment's very expensive. There's not that many opportunities to play, and there's only so many ice rinks in the country, and a lot of them get closed down and maybe aren't suitable for ice hockey. So you need an ice rink, you need it to be suitable for ice hockey, plus you need a club that's playing there as well. You need all those things to be able to play, plus you need the finance as well to be able to buy the equipment. In Canada and other places where it's popular, those things are more easily obtainable.
Hockey in Canada compared to the UK is so just wherever you go, everywhere. Ice hockey. I remember when I first went over there, I was on a subway and I just saw one of the transport newspapers, and on the back page, sports page, was just ice hockey everywhere, like 4 or 5 pages of it, and that was something like that I'd never seen before, because in the UK, obviously there's so little exposure. It's all football and rugby and stuff like that.
If we go into the new rink on the 4th of November, it will help us immensely. It's much bigger. It's an Olympic-sized pad, which will help our team, because we're not a big physical team. We've got a lot of youngsters like Liam Rasmussen and Joe Allen, who are very, very quick, and they've got so much more room to play with. It's going to give big, lumpy defenders a lot harder time to try and hold those guys down. I think that will suit our game much, much better. We don't have a big physical team who are going to goon it up. We play hockey. That way will help us. Plus, we get easily to attract sponsors with a nice new rink, a bar. I think there's so many pluses. This temporary rink's good for us, but it doesn't hold enough people. It's not in Streatham where we really would like to be. Car parks are small. I mean, it's good for what we got, but when we move into a new rink, there's so many pluses, no real negatives. I'm sorry that we are out the old one, but can't wait to get back into the new one.